Today we're going to talk about carbon, an element that without it, life would be meaningless. You might have heard that carbon is called the building block of life. But what does that mean? What does carbon have to do with life? And why is it the sixth element on the periodic table? Every atom is made up of three main parts: a positively charged proton, a neutral neutron, and a negatively charged electron. The number of protons determines the element's number on the periodic table. Hydrogen with one proton is the first element, and interestingly, 75% of the entire universe is made of hydrogen. After that comes helium with 2 protons, lithium with 3, beryllium with 4, and boron with 5 protons. Finally, we get to carbon with 6 protons. We'll soon make videos about all the elements on the periodic table, and this is just the first video in that series. So, the question is, how did carbon come to be? To understand this, we need to go back to the beginning of the universe. When hydrogen atoms get squeezed together, they create things in the universe that we call stars. Our sun is one of these stars. When hydrogen atoms form a star, they get so compressed that the protons and neutrons of this element stick together and form other elements. Even iron atoms are made in these stellar reactions. But the most important element created is carbon. When a star gets older and closer to its death, it starts to expand and eventually explodes. After it explodes, all the elements it created spread out into the universe. But why is carbon so special? Carbon has a unique feature: the ability to bond with itself and other elements in various ways. This feature allows carbon to create complex and diverse molecules. That's why it's called the building block of life. To better understand this, let's look at some important carbon compounds. First up is graphite, the material used in pencils. In graphite, carbon atoms are arranged in hexagonal layers that slide easily over each other, which is why we can write with a pencil. Another carbon compound is diamond. Can you believe that diamond is also made of pure carbon? The difference between diamond and graphite lies in how the carbon atoms are arranged. In diamond, each carbon atom is tightly bonded to 4 other carbon atoms, making diamond the hardest natural substance. The ways carbon atoms can bond are limitless. There's no cap on it. A simple example would be, other atoms can be like a truck with a trailer attached, but a carbon atom is like a train to which you can attach endless wagons. More interestingly, in 2024, 2 scientists named Andrei Geim and Konstantin Novoslov managed to isolate a single atomic layer of graphite. This new material, called graphene, has amazing properties. Graphene is stronger than steel, more conductive than copper, yet very light and flexible. This discovery was so significant that they were awarded the 2010 Nobel Prize in Physics. When carbon mixes with other elements like hydrogen or oxygen, it can form the components of our bodies, which is why it's called the element of life. Carbohydrates, proteins, and DNA are all made with carbon. In fact, about 18.5% of the human body is made of carbon. Most of our body is water, about 60%, but after that, carbon is the most important element in our body. Astronomers love carbon because, as we mentioned, carbon spreads with the death of stars and creates life. They say that all living things come from dead stars. When you stand and look at the sky, you feel like you're part of this universe, but you should know that the universe is also within you. The very carbon that makes you came from the stars you see. But carbon isn't just in our bodies. This element is found everywhere on Earth. The largest amount of carbon is in the oceans. Dissolved carbon dioxide in ocean water plays a crucial role in regulating the pH of seawater. Also, algae and phytoplankton use this carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. In the Earth's atmosphere, carbon exists as carbon dioxide. We can say that not only are we made of carbon, but everything we use also involves carbon in its creation, like oil and natural gas. Even in industry, carbon has a significant role. One of its most important industrial applications is in steel production. When carbon is combined with iron, it creates steel, which is stronger than pure iron. Since everything is made with carbon, we can say that carbon is a very abundant element found in many places. For example, coal is abundant on Earth. Look at this table. It shows how much of each element is found on Earth. Oxygen is the most abundant, carbon is the second, and hydrogen is the third. So this shows how abundant carbon is. Coal isn't entirely carbon, but we can say it's 60 to 80% carbon. But you might wonder when humans discovered carbon. Early on, when people burned wood, a black, hard substance remained, which they called coal, and it quickly became essential because it provided heat and they could cook with it. Time passed, and people started digging the earth in search of precious things. In one of these digs, they found a shiny, very hard substance we know as diamond. Diamonds quickly became popular among kings and the wealthy, becoming a symbol of power and wealth. But no one knew that diamond and coal had the same origin. Centuries later, in the 1700s, a French scientist named Antoine Lavoisier discovered that coal, diamond, and graphite are all made of the same element. Carbon is found all over the Earth, but most of it is in the seas. An interesting fact is that carbon fiber, a very light but extremely strong material that can be compared to steel. But don't think it can withstand impact. It can withstand every other condition except impact. How was it made? From plastic. You know that any material with poly in its name is made from oil and plastic. 90% of carbon fiber is made from a material called polyacrylonitrile, and the remaining 10% is made from rayon. The materials used in carbon fiber are linked by carbon atoms, creating such a powerful material. In short, carbon is one of the most fascinating elements in nature, industry, and even in the universe. Do you really think this element can be called the building block of life? Tell us in the comments, and if you liked the video, please like and subscribe.